Good morning. I came to a place in my interdimensional meltdown. Yes. So I'm going to talk about this topic first because I want to put this in a way that people will understand. Because this learning to control your signals, as they call them, is a lot more important than people realize, right? And I realize that a lot of people go about completely unaware and they advocate, root for, work towards things that are against their own best interest. Specifically with technology, right? The truth is that you don't have to have had the old, you don't, right, to be affected by the signals that are currently available. Why? Because you are already made up of the things that the earth is made up of. You are. Now, those materials may not be in the same form, right, as what is produced or what you consider these materials, right? Like, this is copper, but you have copper in your body. It's just not in the same form, right? But it's still copper. And the same with anything else, okay? So that's first off. That's a natural state. This is a natural state, right? That is a manipulated state. So the condensed forms start happening when you manipulate those things and put those things into the body, right? Or put them on the earth. Since you are made up of the things that the earth is made up of, then you will be affected, right? Whatever happens here on the larger scale, you are affected on the individual scale. So look at society, the system, how it works, right? Imagine for a second that there are signals, right? Let's stay outside of ourselves. You're gonna ask, well, how does this affect me? Okay, well, if they can manipulate frequency and signals, right, to the brain, you could work your whole life to be the best at something, right? But because somebody can control the signals, you can walk into, say, a job or whatever and say, I am the best for this job. But because somebody else can manipulate the signal, they can manipulate the signal to the person that is going to either accept or reject you for this job and says, no, I don't want you in that job, right? And so they manipulate the signals to this person's brain that you're talking to. And imagine you're a cell at this point, right? So you're going up to this cell and you're saying, I am the best person for this job, right? You've done the work. You are the best fit for this job. But because signals, right, are telling this thing, this cell, you are not the best person for this job, then you won't get the job, which means that you will not ever progress any further than what they want you to. So if someone manipulates something like that in the body, then your body is going to have these natural things that says, you are the best person to fix this, right? Your cells are already designed in a perfect way. But because someone can manipulate that through frequency and through vibration, right? The same way that they can externally manipulate someone's frequency and vibration in the brain, right? The brain signals on how it interprets information, right? The same way that whenever they inject that, it interprets information, right? Then you are never going to get any further than where they want you to get. That is the bigger issue here. I'm hoping that I explain that in a layman form. All right? Imagine you were just on a body, right? And the body is the earth. And you are well equipped to do your part on the body of the earth. You were put here for a specific reason. You carry out that specific purpose, and you are the best at it, right? But someone comes in with manipulating the vibrations and the frequencies and this and that, telling it, no, you are not the best person for this job naturally. So I'm going to block you completely, right? And insert my preferred blah, 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 right? The same way with when you start messing with DNA and you start messing with signals and frequency, right? And people, their brains don't interpret sound the same way. Their brains don't interpret speech the same way. The brains don't interpret their environment, food, nothing the same way, right? And so when you go and have a conversation with them, you have no idea how they are interpreting you. None. It's so dangerous. So dangerous. All right? On a cellular level, right? What they are doing. And even on a, if you want to just be a peon doing your job on this body called Earth, yes. See what I'm saying, right? It's all connected. I don't understand this disconnect between people in their natural state in a natural environment, right? And their natural perfection being manipulated by the unnatural, causing all the sickness, causing all the problems, causing every issue, period. It is so freaking windy out here. Driving me crazy. Do you see what I'm saying? So, electricity, the natural state is very important. People being able to manipulate that is very bad. Right? Because these rocks, these things, right, that people love, they emit signals. They are living things, right? They're in all of your technology. Crystals are in your phones. And these are pieces of you, believe it or not. Yeah, you know, we could argue about why I give a shit, yeah? We could argue all day long about why I give a shit. I don't know, right? I don't know. It's my purpose to give a shit, right? It's my purpose to make sure that humanity can preserve itself, right? And some sort of natural. You are much more powerful There's this idea that you're more powerful with technology, but you are much more powerful in a natural state, right? You are. I am proof of that. Now, I may put what you see like on my fingers. In fact, I did that while I slept, and I was able to talk to a royal about, well, whatever questions he had about me, okay? Like, that was going to be my next topic, okay? But, like, you may see me do that, and that is just to simply um, organize the electricity, right? The flow out of my hands. Yeah. Now, this morning I got a little aggravated and went on a tangent about this. Of course, I'm not going to post it, but I should, where the birds say that my signals are impressive. Yeah. Like, people think that they understand the quote rabbit hole. No. No. They do not understand the rabbit hole. They are so far off. So far off. So far off and so focused on the wrong things that for me to try to explain the rabbit hole the real way, the proper way, right? It is a task and a half, right? And it is day by day, one day at a time. Because it is complex at best, right? Beyond the imagination. I watch people live their lives day in and day out, right? Just going through the motions on autopilot because they have been told to just do this and you're going to be fine, like, especially where the quote afterlife is concerned. Like, it's not in their control, right? Like, it's not in their control what happens, like, in the next one. There's this country song, and he's like, I'm gonna live like I was dying. Why don't you just live like you're already dead? That's the proper, like, live like you're already dead. And that the goal is to get out of uh, hell, per se. Yeah. Why don't we do that, right? Why doesn't everyone just live like they're in the underworld and you gotta get out of it? Yeah. Now I understand. I do. Right. That my preferences and choices for the sciences, yes, uh, puts me in a bit of a unique place. It does. Right. I can accept that. I can. Would I ever change it knowing all of this? No. No, because what else would I do with my time? Just like anyone else, what else would I do with my time? Right? On this infinite existence, yeah. Anyways, I did speak to a sweet one that has kind of found himself into the hellish underworld as well. Yes, asking me questions and whatnot. Very sweet. His energy is sweet. I have heard things whispered through the ether and this and that, right? But hopefully I cleared some things up for him, yes? Now, my qualms are not like with where people think the term elite, who they think like is elite. I don't have qualms with them. What I have qualms with is them not understanding the bigger picture, right? Like, there's a bigger picture than I just explained for the average person, right? But I am an example of uh, what happens if people figure out how to override things in their natural state. Yes. And that could cause big problems, could it not? Right. So, while I am complaining about the bigger issue here, like there is a solution, should there need to be one, right? Clearly, there does to get your attention. So, do with that what you will.